Right now, we're going to Hong Kong for a different kind of boat ride, a Chinese dragon boat ride. But what makes this one so special is it started right here in Philadelphia. The sport is Chinese. The tradition dates back 2,000 years. But the place is Philadelphia, USA, and the rowers are as American as apple pie. A curious combination, to say the least. This authentic Chinese dragon boat noisily churned up the waters on the Schuylkill River this summer as a team of America's best rowers sharpened their skills. They would be the first ever United States entry in the international dragon boat races in Hong Kong.
Because we don't have much time, and we have to learn the skill of doing these things, of how to row these things.
That's American coach Joe Greif. His challenge was enormous. He had 1 month to teach his team the skills his competitors had been practicing for 2,000 years. The competition commemorates the day in 300 BC when Chinese fishermen raced in their boats to save a drowning friend, beating their drums to scare away the hungry fish. A
Buddhist monk came over from Hong Kong and awakened the dragon. And if you row the boat before that time, it's, even the people of Chinatown were saying that there's very bad luck if you do that. So we just had to wait. When he came, he performed a ceremony, fed the dragon. They actually had fruits and vegetables and things like that, little ceremonial things. Painted a little fire in his eyes, a little fire in his brain. They just have a little red paintbrush and they put a little dash, and that awakens the dragon. Once the dragon has been awakened, then you're free to practice anytime for 1 month. Then he goes back.
Philadelphia, with its unparalleled rowing tradition, was the logical place to assemble America's first team. From the hundreds who tried out for the squad, 24 rowers were selected, including famous Philadelphian and Olympic oarsman Jack Kelly.
It's something that once it gets in your blood, that you love the camaraderie, the travel, the thrill of victory or the agony of defeat, whatever it might be, and it's just a great thing to be involved in.
My port oars on the deck. Ready? Shove off.
The moment they shoved off, the team realized they would have to relearn the art of rowing to compete in this curious craft.
Okay, sit ready.
What we ordinarily do when we row in our boats, that game is an endurance game and it's a leg game, basically. Leg game and endurance game. The dragon boat is an upper body sport and it's a sprint sport. So it's actually it's on the water and you deal with an implement to move it. So that's about the only similarity. Other than that, it's very, very different sports. Very different. We've had to develop styles as we go.
We made a basic mistake when we started. And that was, traditionally in America, the coxswains are the smallest people in the boat. What they didn't realize was the extreme difficulty of steering the dragon boat, because it weighs about 5,200 pounds, and the rudder's about 11 or 12 foot long. So it takes a lot of physical strength to steer it. So, you know, we use a regular, traditional, smallest guy in the boat as the coxswain. The coach came from China to watch us, and he says to me, he says, "You Tai Kung?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "You too small." So,
Too small.
And while the rudder man was too little, the rest of the team was too big. This boat is made for Chinese rowers, who tend to be smaller and lighter than Americans.
We gave everybody a fat test, yes, and we strongly encourage people to lose X amount of pounds.
But what they lacked in experience and physical characteristics, they more than made up in spirit. For a solid month, these men, most of whom had full-time jobs during the day, practiced every evening and weekend. They left for Hong Kong determined to give it their best.
Fellows have it in their minds to win. They don't want to just go over there, and they're not doing this just for a fun thing.
We think we're going to represent America well. We're going to try awfully hard.
sure, what do you think? We're going to go 12,000 miles and lose?
The choppy waters of Hong Kong Harbor proved far different from the peaceful Schuylkill. In practice, the day before the event, the extra heavy American boat was swamped. The Americans were forced to cut down on the number of rowers to lighten the load. But on race day, optimism still ran high among the Americans.
This is for Philadelphia!
When you get on race day, with the type of guys we have, there's only one thing in mind. Fun, and everything all boils down to going real fast.
And the fledgling American team surprised everyone. They placed first and second in their 2 preliminary heats and qualified for the finals. They raced for the championship against teams from Hong Kong, Thailand, and Singapore, countries that have been racing dragon boats for thousands of years. When the race was over, the Americans finished second only to the People's Republic of China. A remarkable accomplishment.
We did very well. Yeah, we were very surprised, actually, because we had no idea what to expect, what we were doing, and we just hoped to be respectable. I told the fellas, if we can be respectable and make a decent showing for the country, fine. If we can do more than that, then it's all gravy. So it was a lot of gravy. It was good.
You're on there right there. The United States coming into it. And that's their first visit to Hong Kong. Let's have a big round of applause.